cold sweat dripped down my spine as Marcus Thornfield's whisper echoed in my ear. Be my girlfriend or lose your job. The CEO of Thornfield Industries had cornered me in aisle 7, between the cereal and the coffee, and just destroyed my entire world with 9 words. I'm Sarah Chen, and this is the story of how a random Tuesday night grocery run turned into the fight of my life. Hey everyone, before we dive deeper into this crazy story, drop a comment and let me know where you're watching from. New York, California, Texas? I love hearing from you all. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button because trust me, you won't want to miss how this ends. Let me rewind to earlier that day. I'd been working at Thornfield Industries for 3 years, a mid-sized tech consulting firm in downtown Chicago. I was a senior project manager, good at my job, respected by my team. I'd clawed my way up from an entry-level position, working 60-hour weeks, skipping vacations, proving myself in every meeting. Marcus Thornfield was the kind of CEO you saw in business magazines. 42 years old, Yale MBA, came from old money but built his own empire. Everyone thought he was brilliant, charismatic, a visionary. I thought he was my mentor. For the past 6 months, he'd taken special interest in my projects. Late-night strategy sessions in his office. Emails at midnight asking for my opinion on acquisitions. I was flattered. Stupid me, I thought I was being groomed for VP. That Tuesday, I'd stayed late finishing a proposal. By the time I left the office at 8 p.m., I was exhausted and starving. I stopped at the Whole Foods 3 blocks from my apartment in Lincoln Park. The expensive one, but I was too tired to care. I was reaching for Greek yogurt when I heard his voice. Sarah? Fancy meeting you here. I turned, surprised. Marcus stood there in jeans and a casual sweater, so different from his usual power suits. He had a basket with wine and imported cheese. He looked normal, human. Mr. Thornfield. Hi. Yeah. Just grabbing some essentials after work. Please, we're not in the office. Call me Marcus. He smiled that magazine cover smile. Glad I ran into you, actually. I wanted to talk about something personal. Personal? My stomach did a weird flip. Maybe he was finally going to offer me that VP position. Sure, what's up? He glanced around, then moved closer. Too close. I could smell his cologne. Something expensive and woody. I've been thinking about this for months, Sarah. You're brilliant, beautiful, everything I want in a partner. His voice dropped lower. I want you to be my girlfriend. I laughed. It was such an absurd statement that laughter was my automatic response. That's very flattering, but I don't think. I'm serious. His hand wrapped around my wrist. Not hard but firm. Possessive. We'd be perfect together. Power couple. You'd never have to worry about money or career advancement again. I tried to pull my hand back. He held tighter. Marcus, I'm not interested. I value my job and I value professionalism. This is completely inappropriate. His expression changed. The warm smile vanished, replaced by something cold. Calculating. That's disappointing to hear, Sarah. Very disappointing. He leaned in, and that's when he whispered those words that would haunt me. Be my girlfriend or lose your job. Then he released my wrist, grabbed a yogurt himself like nothing had happened, and walked away. I stood there shaking, my basket forgotten, staring at nothing. Had that really just happened? Did my CEO, my married CEO, I suddenly remembered, just proposition me in a supermarket and threaten my career? I abandoned my groceries and walked home in a daze. In my apartment, I paced for hours, phone in hand, trying to decide what to do. Call HR? Marcus was friends with the HR director. They played golf together. Call a lawyer? With what money? I was still paying off student loans. Quit? And say what in interviews? I left my last job because the CEO sexually harassed me, but I have no proof. I didn't sleep that night. The next morning, I walked into Thornfield Industries with my head high and my phone recording in my jacket pocket. If Marcus wanted to play games, I needed evidence. Everything seemed normal at first. My team had their usual Wednesday morning huddle. I responded to emails, attended a client call. Then at 2 p.m., I got the meeting invitation. Performance review. Immediate. Marcus Thornfield's office. My hands trembled as I clicked accept. I made sure my phone was recording when I walked into his office. Marcus sat behind his massive oak desk. That same cold expression from the supermarket. Close the door, Sarah. I left it open. I'd prefer to keep it open for professional reasons. I said close it. Not a request. An order. I closed it but stayed near the door. I've been reviewing your performance, he said, sliding a folder across the desk. There are some serious concerns. I opened it. Inside were printouts of emails, project reports, all my work from the past year. But every page was marked up in red ink. Missed deadline. Substandard work. Client complaints. None of it was true. What is this? Documentation. For your personnel file. You've been underperforming for months, Sarah. The board is concerned. I'm concerned. This is fabricated. Every word. My projects have exceeded targets. Clients have given stellar feedback. He shrugged. That's your perception. I have different data. This is retaliation. For last night. Last night. He raised his eyebrows, the picture of innocence. Oh, you mean our chance encounter at the store? Lovely seeing you there. But I'm not sure what that has to do with your job performance. I felt the trap closing around me. You have two options, Marcus continued, his voice smooth as silk. Option 1. Acknowledge these performance issues, accept a demotion to junior associate, with appropriate salary reduction, of course, and work on improvement. Option 2. He paused. We could start fresh. Forget all this unpleasantness. You could join me for dinner Friday night. We could discuss your future at this company. The bright, promising future you deserve. You're blackmailing me. I'm offering you choices. Choose wisely, Sarah. You have until tomorrow. I walked out of his office feeling sick. But I had something now. A recording. His threats on tape. That evening I did something risky. I reached out to Jennifer Morrison, another senior manager who'd left Thornfield Industries abruptly 8 months ago. We'd been friendly, but after she left, she'd cut ties with everyone from the company. I found her on LinkedIn and sent a direct message. Did Marcus do something to you? He's doing it to me now. Please call me. She called within an hour. Sarah. Her voice was shaky. Get out. Get out now. What happened to you? The same thing. He cornered me at a company retreat. Said I was special. Started touching my shoulder, my back. When I rejected him, suddenly my work wasn't good enough. He built a fake case against me. Documented every tiny mistake. Exaggerated everything. HR backed him completely. I was given the choice to resign or be fired for cause. Why didn't you sue? I signed an NDA as part of my severance. And he's rich, Sarah. Really rich. He has lawyers who would destroy me. I have kids. I couldn't risk it. How many others? Silence. Then, I know of 3. But there might be more. That night, I made my decision. The next morning, I didn't go to work. Instead, I went to the offices of Chen and Associates, an employment law firm in the Loop. I'd found them through a website for workplace harassment cases. They offered free consultations. The attorney, Linda Martinez, listened to my story and my recording. Illinois is a 2-party consent state, she said carefully. That recording was made without his knowledge. It might not be admissible. My heart sank. However, she continued, it establishes a pattern we can investigate, and if we can find other victims, if we can prove systematic harassment, we have a case. It won't be easy. It'll be expensive. It'll take months, maybe years, and Thornfield will make your life hell. He's already doing that. It'll get worse. I thought about Jennifer, about the 3 other women, about how many more might come after me if someone didn't stop him. Let's do it. The next week was a nightmare. Marcus escalated everything. He spread rumors that I was unstable. He had my security clearance revoked for suspicious behavior. He moved my office to a windowless room in the basement. But Linda was working. She found Jennifer, convinced her to break her NDA and testify. We found 2 other women. Amanda, who'd settled quietly, and Rachel, who'd been an intern Marcus had pursued relentlessly. Then we found something bigger. Amanda had kept emails. Detailed, explicit emails from Marcus using his company address. He'd been careless with her, maybe because he thought she was too junior to fight back. We had him. Linda filed the lawsuit on a Monday morning. Sexual harassment, hostile work environment, retaliation. We named Marcus personally and Thornfield Industries. By Monday afternoon, it was everywhere. Local news, tech blogs, Twitter. By Tuesday, 3 more women had come forward. By Wednesday, the board had placed Marcus on administrative leave. I still got fired that Friday. They called it restructuring. But I didn't care anymore. The case took 14 months to resolve. Thornfield Industries wanted to settle quickly to avoid further damage. Marcus fought until the end, denying everything, claiming we were all lying, all conspiring against him. But those emails were undeniable. The pattern was undeniable. In the settlement, we got compensation, enough to cover my legal fees and lost wages, with some left over. More importantly, Marcus was forced to resign. The company implemented new harassment policies, independent oversight of HR, a hotline for complaints. It wasn't perfect justice. Marcus kept his money, his reputation outside Chicago. He didn't go to jail. He probably learned nothing. But 6 women, including me, got to tell our truth. We got to look him in the eye in those depositions and refuse to be intimidated anymore. Today, I work for a nonprofit that helps women in workplace harassment cases. I make less money than I did at Thornfield, but I sleep at night. Sometimes I think about that Tuesday in the supermarket, standing in aisle 7, hearing those words, "Be my girlfriend or lose your job." He thought he was giving me an ultimatum. He didn't realize he was giving me a choice, and I chose myself. To anyone out there facing something similar, document everything. Find witnesses. Get a good lawyer. Most importantly, know that your silence protects predators, but your voice protects the next person. Marcus Thornfield thought he could threaten my job and I'd crumble. He was wrong. Thanks for watching, everyone. If this story resonated with you, please share it. And remember, no job is worth your dignity. Drop a comment sharing your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next video.